in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. We cannot speak of Ghana's present without paying homage to our past. 69 years ago, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah proclaimed to the world that at long last, the battle is ended, and that Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. He also added that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Nkrumah did not only grant us independence, he awakened within us a sense of consciousness and a continental purpose. Starting with the UGCC and eventually the CPP, along with the countless unsung heroes and patriots, they sparked a movement that altered the course of African history. Today, we honor the memory of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and all others who have led this country after him. All of them have been a part of our history and have brought us to this moment in our lives. From Dr. Kofi Abrifabuzia to J.A. Ankara, Akwesi Afrifa, Ike Achampong, General Akufo, Jerry John Rawlings, John Ajekum Kufuor, John Evans Atta Mills, and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Every administration, regardless of its political inclination, has played its part in building the nation we all proudly call Ghana. Today, Ghana is working with partners across Africa and the diaspora to seek historical justice. Later this month, Ghana will submit a motion to the United Nations declaring slavery and the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. This motion will represent the justice and restitution that is long overdue. And Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence, will once again lead the global call for dignity and restoration. Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life, discipline in how we manage public resources, discipline in adhering to the law, discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. We cannot speak of Ghana's present without paying homage to our past. 69
Better TV and radio, so punch. Hot issues live, and I did a bro, the KPS as a video. Now, Osha Obrien Rabon Pepe. And Yamenda, Bosmida, Bosmi and San on the Tosso Edu 9, in 50 million Adunu in Sia. 14th day of the month 2026 is hotter and hottest. Your evening and weekends socio-political program at the bro every Saturday. No sia bopepe pa ye transe near Abidjan esin konya near bedwendwen oman yi ho kwan kra be fa so a ye betumi atumpon ya na say ye gi ya fa ahudi fra brofo nsam no emfi adusia enkunu de 69 good years. Now you ask yourself, say, was it worth it? Say beji ye ho e de fra brofo nsam. Now, the first president of the land, Dr. Nkrumah Eka, said the black man is capable of managing of his or on her affairs. Now, we are free forever. Now, I say, are we truly free forever? As a country, Ghana, as you see in all our brain drains, Omunina, every Omanimu, Elkwaman on it, Kranbetna Ghana, Akko free education, Oman Basona, Uye, why masters was seen there. Or the boy man or man a tumpono, no free man anymore. A day na Ecoso. And we are trusting our better TV, better radio. Join us all the social media platforms, and then you may your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube, your Instagram, your WhatsApp, baby, Twitter X. Nina, your honorable Unia is in Kunyam. Now, for Jembra, I don't know about man so at me a tumpon. It's all contribution via obetimi e dia to ho question no was in bisa fabra be kan e dia mama wi ase hu se na otimba. Now this great philosopher, if Lord Axon was say power tends to corrupt and absolute power corrupts absolutely. We a philosophical what you say what not now dwundwun ho na hu se asem no akana modu pa. Na enanyumre ensem a be di hu enkomo no eye baako pe. Baako no say Ghana emfie aduasian kronie aban ko ye mabunu no have they failed on their mandate to create job opportunities for them? Because abana ba mabunu no moti o mai mu no abana ba no o mandate a so mutimi bi enuma mabunu ye no o modi o man no hwemo ana. This is a big question that we are asking tonight. Already, and zero down to yen security forces are recruitment. Only say NDC about 2024 elections no. Almost don't work. Police no maybe in fear no 37. It's only 37 years we can apply. Now omodo osia your omobie. Enipa 500,000 and I apply it. And each person paid 240 Ghana cedis. Now, vacancy only 5,000. Muntaka, or no interior minister, I can't say, Embra, the party members, and then Musa, Omoba, Yabama, a baby, Emma, Moya Mebruno, Yaya party for no money, Mojuma, that's happening. I don't know, Koswa, Ababa Babia. It's a buyer, no, or more say. Omo fa protocol, the so-called protocol na ya kan wasemo no. Omo party for nso omo anya bi. Enti omuntaka a oye interior minister we in charge no omo tra bo so pa. Now, Prince Sawaya Muntaka video ready ayemtie. Asema o kan say I mean these were the people that were deployed or recruited based on merit and a party political affiliation. Now, yentie Muntaka asema o kan ye no. Efa sasem na mra omubusa say na party force say man form no man more opportunity no e dey na wo de ma wo yenti asema Muntaka Mohammed or the account.
I'm sorry, and all I'll say to our rank and file is that let's keep hope alive. Remember that when we were doing the police support, those assistants to the police, to the fire, to the immigration and others,
Not a single person went for an interview. And that was 25,000. That was taken through the Youth Employment Agency. And I want to believe that they are largely the rank and file of our party. There are so many other opportunities that we are opening. But I want to believe that all of us are very conversant with our neighboring countries. Without mentioning any specific country, you hear gunshot, and you see the military and the police are those in those countries who are taking the lead in running away from hearing gunshots. Why? They are not well prepared for the job. All of us want to get professional and very, competent. And I want to believe that there are many of such within the rank and file of the party. So I want to plead with the youth that, for example, if we had even decided, let's say, oh, this recruitment, we're going to give it to only NDC pooling agents. Let us assume that we are going to ignore all other Ghanaians and say that, look, we are here, we'll take only our party people, and we are going to take only our pooling agents. The last election, when we finished, the pooling agents were over 100,000. Because the agents that we have were about 110,000. Let's assume a quarter of them were only interested in the security service. So that's 25,000. Which method are we going to take 5,000 out of that 25,000? You surely have to then develop something. Because even if you are going to receive to only your party people, you should still have a mechanism where you go through to be able to extract the 5,000. So, yes, those disappointments may be genuine, but I want to believe that we will continue to work very hard to create other opportunities that will be easier to give than just use one recruitment and try to think that you can use it to solve all the problems at once.
Why? So, the Interior Minister, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed, Nasmo Khan, and says, I said, Waka, I mean, say, ne papa moa, and or can, no, that's the proper context, and no situation issue, no. But then you will take on who I become was in power. Now, you see the minority in Parliament, MPP for no, the ranking member on Defence and Interior, Honorable John Intim Fodjo, Member of Parliament for Asin South, or can say, I no and me and for Modia. It is better some very fine to Muscani Nadama on them. Intim Fodjo and Rob me a press conference as far as asking with no also the editor.
We, the Minority Caucus, address you today with deep concern and a strong sense of duty regarding what can only be described as the biggest recruitment in our nation's history facilitated by this government. The ongoing recruitment exercise into our security services has raised serious questions about transparency, fairness, and integrity of government decision-making. Without a doubt, the structure of this recruitment exercise is akin to a Ponzi scheme, criminally crafted to defraud over 500,000, 500,000 unemployed innocent Ghanaian youth. Having widely made recruitment into the security services a major NDC campaign promise in 2024, over 506,000 Ghanaian youth responded to the government's call in 2025 and applied to join various security services under the Ministry of Interior, namely Ghana Police Service, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the Ghana Prison Service. These young men and women, full of hope and patriotism, were made to believe that they were being offered genuine opportunity to serve their country and secure a dignified livelihood. However, the Minister for Interior in a press conference yesterday at this same venue, to the utter shock of the nation, indicated that only 5,000 applicants will be recruited from this enormous pool of applicants. This revelation has left hundreds of thousands of hopeful applicants devastated, disillusioned, and feeling exploited. The fundamental question that must be asked is this: if the government intended to recruit only 5,000 personnel, as the Minister for Interior disclosed yesterday, why should the government go ahead to overpromise and lure over 506,000 unsuspecting young people to go through this costly and emotionally exhausting process? It is most unconscionable. Even more misleading and exploitative is the decision by this government, politically motivated decision, to increase recruitment age limits from 25 to 35 years. So as they were expanding the age limit from 25 in the previous state of school to 35, the signal to the whole Ghana is that now there is more space. So even additional 10-year-older people can apply. This policy shift trapped even more unemployed youth to apply. This government significantly expanded the applicant pool and heightened expectations among thousands of desperate but qualified young people seeking employment. Such a decision, ladies and gentlemen, was reckless, misguided, and intended to create the false impression of sufficient.
Ɔno ɔkasa dɔm kɔmaa no wɔ mmarahyɛ badwa fie mu ɛfa abambɔ ho nsɛm so a na press conference no nyinaa de kɔwiaeɛ ne sɛ ɔsɛ sɛ ɔma ntumi amfa ɔmo no aban no san so mfa ɔmo sika ɛma wɔ mo ɛbɛba hɔ. The chairman general, the general himself, Johnson Senegatia, is the national chairman for the ruling National Democratic Congress. Na ɔno nso aka na no obusa sɛ nti sɛ nipa 500,000 na sisi mo se yɛmfa mo ɛwɔ police mu no. Nti yɛfa mo nyinaa akrɔmfoɔ bɛn na mo kwakɔkye wɔ mo akrɔmfoɔ bɛn ɛna mo kwakɔkye wɔ mo nti saa akrɔmfoɔ no kwakɔkye wɔ mo no sɛ ho amone akrɔmfoɔ yi na Ghanafoɔ busa yi ɛnde sifoɔ ni busa wɔ mo nti yɛntie chairman general asɛm a ɔkan ne pɔtee ɛfa saa 500,000 no ho ɔmo a mo apply for police no sɛ yɛmfa ɔmo adwuma no yɛntie sɛ osika no
say security services you can say ye by mu ya for nipa no bi but no kure wo ho ne say nipa a wo fa wo mo adwuma no ese se wo sika timitua wo moka afi we ye buye police adwuma yi say obi a apply police nko nipa a wo mo apply ya na wo mo nyina ye betumi afa wo mo nyina adwuma no 500,000. Nipa mako 500,000. Obi pe police na program. Ni bisa ya ho say 500,000. Se ska wo mpo na ye fa mu nyina adwuma mu a. Na mu nyina ma be presifo a. Ehemfo na mbakọ akọchi wo. Everyone have a package. Everybody now will be out of the protein. And you are now watching. Now, now, no prayer they say. Sika wo ho. Any ahoboa wo ho vacancies ye wo ho a yebetumi afa principal akoche mu no ni nyina ye 5,000 enti nipa 500,000 pe adwuma na adwuma no ye 5,000 ni se ba ko bia nka o chiche mu 100 ansa na obi anya adwuma ma ne ho. Ba wuntimi nye na sa
this chairman general here Johnson Asiedun Ketia honorable ono ye national chairman edema NDC the ruling government and oche say this is 5,000 no 500,000 the famu nyina akromfo bena mo kwakwachi wo mo abusefo nti we na ye ka ho asem yi ena anwumre yi enti ne ebisa se sa 24-hour economy no how far so far how far sa 360 na 1333 no na omo promise you know the flagship program mo am winning lessons no no ho se maka kwesi nti anwumre ye busa se abaya abakwa no omo di Ghana for mabru hwemo ewo adwuma bie mu ana enda nchen so a se ne NDC force share bo promise ye the research agenda no are they delivering on their promises? Ade mam Ghana for munya botre koto abeti MPP for no na MPP for mo munya adwuma ye na moto abeti a wo no adwuma no munya mamu ya na eti eni mpanifo besi nkonya ena but the quick one before say me ba no ma me fast am we mbrada MPP UK battle no so ebaso ebaso battle UK branch ebaso the premier branch of MPP diaspora ebaso pa. Now there's this new trend ekoswa just informing or letting people say omunye study omo form oni nto ho na omo hwe because emran people for koto abawie na omo koyi omo flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no mahu say o twa na mo bia omo ana omo the disgruntled people members omo tete park channel to Boba Park no so no wo siesie omo nyina including Dr. Sakanadi ako Ghana na ko din komo atwa omo nyina ba park but then one time mahu you can say the DMB UK no and we be cause of mass as lesson never so no Bawumia say onu we no betina ya adwuma Bawumia say ontimi we nya adwuma enti me ka kire mo ase border suja no fe because you know why Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia fan say we need 60% primaries no na aka 40% ben won we ne ntubuza ho say wasi we nya Bawumia wasi obetina ya adwuma no enti wo serve 60% no alone obetim da we ne less 2028 ana a serious issue aba na more DMB for no must also create another platform say DMB and no na call mo say Dr. Bawumia say women organizer no we no wasi obetina ya adwuma chairman no wasi we no be I have the list are here muko meeting last Saturday Mufrika na ba amko meeting last Saturday a place amko a meeting in wa ha so mo say women organizer we no betina ya adwuma the secretary was Bawumia say we no be ya adwuma the youth organizer was we no be ya adwuma organizer we no be ya adwuma finance secretary the first vice mo say Dr. Bawumia say wono no say obetimi na ya adwuma na sa ayina mo create animity da mo create beto mo mienu mu no mo ntam no a mo ye no ebe hamo daache na more people before they say mo say on go ye bo free go pod mu na mo so seba ni ye bo free na mo se ni ye bo free ye ka so me mo ntem people before enu ya mo to ban ye bunya kranto polling station afra mbeko mo nko coordinators mo nko constituency mo nko regional mo nko national no kwa nwie master say Bawumia say hwe this election you should campaign on merit, on your merit, on your merit, on your experience, on your competency level. Obia, what this is it? One time I about to say, Obia, omo number. I remember for Becano, omo number, only no, and now do a bidding campaign, emano, attachino, sir, onuntino, as soon as intino, sir, only with management, no, the campaign. So also why Juma pa. So better ya adwuma pa so wo pepa no so better ya adwuma no a enu kwa say wa tache obi kra di count de ho because e bi kra no pa do kra na wo ni di kra ba ho kra no nti ne wato ba tia wo. So you should be very careful and be mindful of the words any campaign messages are model call around and the most team because DM before ni na ba ko ma create another platform ma nkofo be gusu say Bawumia kan da bai Bawumia wo Dubai na ayi a bomb Iran for Israel for bomb between ya ka say yesi jama aban kra na ore ya pam ya kapaja o mundo makono da ben na Bawumia ko ye meeting a Bawumia ya listen ma say these are the people I met no more ya you can hunt mun ko to ba ma wo since when about the bank it is also better you better ya na ada won ka do better ya mbom na won Ghana ayi o before no ehun answer so performance the previous one the obeye baby o free ba baby o do baby awoko now we see Bawumia say oh master send the simuna master send Bawumia thank you to oye unity talks oye we ba mo okrom ha mo we the timu mo okrom ha Bawumia no na aso de ni na da no so no wono okọ a unity talk oni mpanfo ahodo kasa mo wa ha ese Bawumia say But me can da bay, unye meeting da bay. Ebeba ho. We come there. Yeah, ebeba ho, yeah, call no man, but voice in nim probu okwam. So ebeba ho no mo, proper time. Na listen na, mom call a meeting ni na, mo listen mudi na wa hai. Mudi na wa, mom chusu o mo se ba me am se ni na no. Omunya din na wa ha no. Na ebe men se no mo edi no baako. Then we will respond them. Because ba me nka say want to know onya adwuma, ba me nka say want to know ya adwuma. Mo nyina ya party for ma. Sada papa no waka na atakere di kran po na woto papa kan so kran no. Alan, are you evidence Alan? Ba me asia no. Wasia no. Na DM before my campaign. When DMB ni ben na campaign chen DMB ni bi. DMB UK ni ben no so ye campaign e che obi. Now we say about me say DM before say what we no was on secretary. Was say about me say we no pen say or chairman. But me say we no so pen say or organizer.
Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life, discipline in how we manage public resources, discipline in adhering to the law, discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. We cannot speak of Ghana's present without paying homage to our past. 69 years ago, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah proclaimed to the world that at long last, the battle is ended, and that Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. He also added that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Nkrumah did not only grant us independence, he awakened within us a sense of consciousness and a continental purpose. Starting with the UGCC and eventually the CPP, along with the countless unsung heroes and patriots, they sparked a movement that altered the course of African history. Today, we honor the memory of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and all others who have led this country after him. All of them have been a part of our history and have brought us to this moment in our lives. From Dr. Kofi Abrifabuzia to J.A. Ankara, Akwesi Afrifa, Ike Achampong, General Akufo, Jerry John Rawlings, John Ajekum Kufuor, John Evans Atamils, and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Every administration, regardless of its political inclination, has played its part in building the nation we all proudly call Ghana. Today, Ghana is working with partners across Africa and the diaspora to seek historical justice. Later this month, Ghana will submit a motion to the United Nations declaring slavery and the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. This motion will represent the justice and restitution that is long overdue. And Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence, will once again lead the global call for dignity and restoration.
Abuzafo isam makwa baby better TV radio me the clear piece asara video akona kwekwa me nko na ye nko di enkomo se nem ka kire wodo ene two faces na nwumre ye die na ya na enkomo ba ko bi ni se ye sorry ya se o emanko na du ba bia o se yetimi hwe na o mapomudin so de ma o mo na because of say emema no a very stubborn cause so ka se bema anko check up on few de bia oruna oye adwuma onna ohwem afie o ko adwuma ko pesika de abafie enti on take it day off na on fan ko na pomudin kra o se onko na china sa na oye sa na nyame no kure ni se nyame adom na de ayi obeba ko bi so abase se mema no se Moses on come mountain there mountain or come to Moses and say Adelaide Asiedu Adai or no looting chapter MPP no even organizer now on one crown also or press obenya MPP for any more dom nanka obedi branch no anim as a madam boafo UK branch hanamo now was say or men's health breakfast meeting. Na me dey na binum senka breakfast there area be you could di aduane no ne say ayi abrofo nu ani bia no sound the head say be kan ho nti apomuden no ne aduane didi ana say there na fa ho ejere nyumre ye di ho nkomo say men's health breakfast meeting and ono so odi abai je say informative and health awareness session say ehusu hia enye mankwa na de bia no ya na ye kase ye boa mo mapomden esita mema so de hu hia enti se na mema no ye se enko hospital no so no no ye adwuma hospital ntu onu mema ho keka won de ba hospital and who mass ho keka won de ba hospital because all shey nipa did la mu na omo ankra patients o hwe omo no a uchemu duwa emu ba ko na ye mema enkro akari na ye ma ne do bisa sentina mema no de a omonyare ana o mema so na yare bo ne se pe okokra odo me ho odin na no fe na okọ itena nwumre yenya Mrs Adelaide Asiedu Adai e wo fidue mu ha me no e ba bebo enkomo Adi
yes dear
na memoajo
yeah me dear
na what to say
you who adum mo na so e
dem ya adum so me ho ye na anwumre yi de onsa ha o why you sweet pa
that's it
why you sweet anwumre na tade bene say we
me pa cho bia na medam
hey who feel
me have no
but I need a picture no who first picture no
oh sa
I need the picture no man nya no from man because o wan kasa no me ni pedua ya me hu a woti hoyi ene picture na da ayatade mu no o hu fa dodo
that's it
well 16 years na
me 50
hey ene na me nya 50 mo he 50 nie
but you see you
50
50 I me I madu 50
50
pacho ai
o de nyi 50 me nya ene gofa ko ho pen gofa ko ho pen
we can say that
oh wow oh fa dodo
that's it
na looting the same
looting boko looting yeguso chama free for guso ne ho ye the deputy first lady so ke kan ho pa na women's wing ne de
na bonsunzo e
ono so hye ho pa
na bonsunzo ho
ko binsu ho
sexy voice
it's a sexy voice obe count say here na tese ono wo kuntoka ba we good
ho pa ko binsu ho
Kobi oho, nyina o, man nyina.
First lady. Lily.
Hey, okọ ne China there the difference.
Sir?
Obema difference.
India.
Oh, dear who watch you name it.
But only to cry money.
But mega
performance 5 this month is here.
I am a first lady. Anyway, dear, was suma semwa. I queer PSC say obeba. Now watch Chiamano. Also, the minimum say, many massy.
That's Ramity.
Say, that's
Ramity. That's Ramity. Therefore, where you Adelaide, who call MPP chapter no what Lutina, on the women's organizer, on a Bobwa, no ever hormona. And you may the entire one being here, so didn't want to say, or say, or your program be a damn member, your pomudin, near Catachre, and so on as now, I don't know any idea. Program the band, I'll pass away my memory.
Nyama made the way abane say you made mention it. Mema na de bia no omo face say oh omo yoke bibia ne na ekoso ma man nko a enti mafato me ho say say ye check mema no nso health enti na say that day na ye on the 6th of April ne dia mema no ene ne omo won komo twetwe omo banso a omo betimi ne omo yire omo nua maamo no mu nyina aba because your doctors akukudam pa omo ba your mental health and so nurse nia ono so ba and after abrochire ha no mu say ni so your benefits bebre wo hono ma yenim ye nua ba tuntum se wi ono so ba be chire benefits ni and of course Adelaide means me wo ho diabetes dia wo boa metimi amma mu makata manu kwa mama mu ayi nyina advice nyina me wo ho pa and on the seat ne there it's a day with Adelaide and the team.
Wow. So what exactly are you expecting that very day?
That very day, and what you guys are going to have is we're going to then discuss about your prostate, men, their prostate.
Okay.
Yes.
Especially, you see, with different
40 ni kode say with me check now PSA no level no. Obi a or prostate issue or family ni mu dey you try say we yen bibia at the age of 35 no wa shase na you check you. You get it. You need to know the numbers as well. After you besa kasafa blood pressure. Na ya sa kasafa blood pressure medication.
Okay.
Some of the men may say so far blood pressure medication na ne bema enye adwuma into ebu wo ha won fa
bema ne adwuma
o sa na omo eka eye myth
okay
ye will be wo hono mo a
bema ya de bom ho ban me de bom sa wo hini na me
asem no
god am de mema asem na ze me fa na adwuma
so wan fa na wunya stroke nso na wontimi nye bibia oba no obetwen obetena wo ho
no kokra.
Aha. It's a bekani nyina na me say doctors akukudam mienu pa na eba. Baako ye Douglas.
Okay.
And a baako nso ye Paul. Omu nyina ye den eba. Na omu ba ombe chire mu ne eyese obi aye den. Have I got the name correct?
Yeah, Paul.
I think it's Paul and then Douglas.
And Prince.
Yeah, Prince Champon and then Douglas
24.
Yeah. Now Douglas 24 over 20 years experience on the diabetes UK. And a year juma. Or science lecture and say akukudam pa neba. What I say? Then we have Miss Belinda Techi. Or no so be my mental health. Ye kwa juma ye be sorry kwa be na mental health na e kuyen. Inti ono so beba bekyerechire mu pa and again Auntie Mabel ono so beba abekyerechire mu about benefit kind of ye entitled for yet we don't know. They are all coming into that day ni there ebeye butu
Yes what maybe why you hunu no
hey papa why you hu ye
sounds a bank holiday yen kwa dwuma
wo UK ha
it say a
papa
it member no o say ehu hia they say we nyem member nko asem na e kan you because emma nyina nkla nyina so because mental health there yeah almost because kroma asetena no as obi ayare o papa because as won't mean you need to back on nsi na o dwen foforo ho wo dwen we hu no na as o se san dwen foforo so san beka ho enti wo na mo wa say obi o ya science no science na kasa because they be science students be an informatica
yeah
omunim from na kasa unti una mana kasa sa we ba wonya ron so modam we so on japo
calculation
sa wow
that then the special obia everyone is invited free
and then yeah we want to say obe organize such nice program
near Emma me is a me clinician.
Yeah. I don't know. No.
You me pacho me nursing me background no. And I'm a specialize with diabetes mo.
Okay.
Now I have 28 experience as a nurse.
28 years.
28 good years. Come this month 31st. Now me we nursing 98, which is 28 years money away. It's me we no months na hokwa. Me say me team specialize wo baby into diabetes na me den me specialize wo mu. Into diabetes there. Me kata mani kura mpo na me team be amount the complex about diabetes.
No say expert ankasa.
Papa.
Say kunyan kwanchan nurse fia bia was ya enya nurse fo ni bia no.
Na UK high certify they wo stamp SCC say wo masters wo diabetes mo. Oh, me blow me home.
Don't blow. No ma na blow mo.
Oh, ma kwadiri mo. Eti madwuma me ye ne diabetes mu na me ye ni say me say a prescriber, so I see, treat and discharge. Eti se me hwe emema na mo ba me
3 in 1.
I see, review, treat and discharge. Me be nka home out.
There's me ba se me ba sisi ya.
Yes.
Me mfiri ho nko be fufuro. Eye wo ha na no na me ko fia na me kwaro no.
From head to toe.
Oh wow.
Holistically, may your assessment new ways so based on the diagnosis no. May issue medication offer and insulin offer. We will discuss about that. From there no dietary modifications be den ejuma.
I know dietary modification and there.
Diet I say will be didi. That day me say oh Dr. Douglas be kan nyina a kire mo.
Enye agro na wo ye
No. I'm a complex clinician. And yes, me ma we na kwa na obi nso nkyere we yo. Holistically.
There be saying I think say the Jamaican people for no they underrating you. The with service no I think that they supposed to use you more.
Of course.
You got what they want. I mean I say I mean probably maybe I mean who ekodru no e bia omunya ehu ye.
No query.
I won't blame them that much. But I think that they have to use you well.
Yes.
They have to use you well.
Yes.
They have to position you well. Because I know we are going there. Enjoy the good crime.
No
crime. It's one also by people from one. I say
Debbie is open to everyone publicly. Community be our own person, baby. Everyone is welcome. Churches, our Muslim brothers. Diabetes not and choose say or the ma or when one community when kwa if timifa obia. Many would say we can type 2 diabetes, but now we need. But the time I'll be one complication I set it in. What I say?
Yeah.
Remember, be one share the diabetes, you'll be one failure. Who couldn't so as in the trust.
Printing bed damn there's a printing bed and you're printing bed damn
Debbie.
You're printing bed damn then I may come from Mount say a Palm Island lunch. Almost says a bar. Papa, yeah, printing bed a printing. Printing, who deep printing. One will say avoid all the painting. And you painting better because I mean, come the name of me painting. Me, bebois. Me. And the Pamalan said, me can just say, a Joania, Ubedia, ma Wamba, and now Wamba, son of a Debbie, Pacho, and the Bacona. A Joania Bediama home, I buy war. Better from sir. I won't say yes. Oh, born, son, no boatinko. Ebia Sebi, when they are not, but for a Danocrocum, Ibako, it is the same. Also, we have variety
over, yeah.
And Yanino.
That's
it is a who I couldn't create be or a busia. What did you that. So, papa tilapia nom na awache nom de keka ho bia Ghana gasa ya ma Ghana na so ho ye be ye dia ma do pesa no da e bia nko ma dia no ko but Palm Island se fo ma papa ya ponto any program ta we hia ni dia ade se ba ho no dia also bo mo na o me say emfa kibaba
Ghana.
Papa. So
Oh.
Anybody
Papa,
come on. Spice. What you say? Palm Island. Palm Island launch. Na make am for the amount. The party black number 0204 568 6170 0204 568 6170 Palm Island Lounge. Papa fie tibra na bedidi na ohwe won na bucha do ho afi o se o better photography for the bow na e be twa foni na wo ti hoyi e de to ho ma na foni e no ti hoyi pepe nye de o be ya first foni no na me kan wa se better photography videography studio na me kan for them say jam ya do ma program na be no ma emra take coverage ma kama o ye de to ho no document the next 10 years so be fa no abia asem mo pepe ye de papa enti say ya ponto wo ya yi wo ja and evidence for evidence and who papa the game the rule of the game the evidence and no nya marriage certificate that council o the picture no na etwa kama na dia ma enti de aponto bia o commercial so o ya advert o ya badinto o ya wedding o ya bia wa now o ya shoot nya de nyina ya kama o pe wa no refi ma wa ya better photography and videography studios na make am enti pacho your 15% do so off friend nipa 5 nipa no ofra 50% off so the money free 0754 8342 670 0754 8342 better photography and videography studios ya bow ya ba so maybe so me akoye amawo to bani ati tomuye na otobani so na school bekoso se mo nsa akra nya wa mfiri ho enti se akra no nya foundation ya boa no ne mram nya afi na obeko school no okko school ba sa patent teacher na school no ade wutia ha no ade edi asem ko kruma school nye free wutia sa fie enti na make Italian na German school we ba now because teachers no need this no time of any year money can for more experience no what about ho asma come entino na culture say language and literacy creative arts and craft outdoor play cognitive development basic math na expressive art and design enti we Italia for se fa Brian dey tete obanma Fane Brian to banma na unya papa fresh 079 550 177 07550 fresh Italia for na afi so no omo so meje so na ubano ya hwe kama Livingston have care. Yes, a passion for the quality and dignified care. Yeah, care juma biara. Care biara. Yeah, man, broso. Yeah, more value for money paid to us. So we just come Livingston fire. Dear. With Damas. Adampo rapid ye living care ye personal care ye dementia support learning disability care for older people specialized care services ningina ye no e wa ha bacha ko bia onto onira cry hanu fie your time, your bread, the my customers. Your bread, the my juma. Yene, bow show be sewa. Nafna best brother among patch. I do so. Inti anima be ma ton now ni to boom say ye be ma kuma pe Tano. Anti 0775 321 3683 0775 321 3683 when any hot issues at the better TV and radio Facebook Twitter, X, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, Twitter. Yeah, the number no. Bet me follow. See message. WhatsApp 0754 834 2670. Number no. Na kai. I'm doing the great exercise. Thank you. Mrs. Adelaide. I said, I die. That's Mrs. Baby.
Yeah.
Na imagine.
Obia betimi ababi enye me say bia obi ani mu kwano betimi yare and high blood pressure and bibisa everyone anyone can be affected. It's the awareness so ano entema na say ye catch na so entema na betimi prevent the late complications. Yes.
First
and me clinic will be 14 years old type 2 diabetes. Yes. Initially can be a diabetes. No. And diabetes. As time goes on, many program for teenagers. No, because maybe I may lead for Pete like one transition me na lead for that wow so we on pump insulin it's diabetes and area and so we share a big count now so you can live happily ever after. Wow. You can have your family and everything going well. But when you then the complication will attack you.
See.
Diabetes is something that with your own eyes, but it does a lot of damages. Dates the 6th of April, which is Easter Monday.
In case you banner your location,
then yes, we're going to add it to the flyer because the venue is to kind of confirm. Venue so there will be numbers. As will be banners so it's open for all.
Thank you.
Ooh. No crack.
Dubako.
Pa.
Oh yes.
As I by it's your chini. Pacho. Papa.
Yes.
Say, I've led the human organizer position. My me for the past 8 years. Me woman organizer. Chapter. I me by fire. The motivation was bit low, but now Luton say yes. A man energetically. What I say? Nah, me who say why say what chapter na say we dey branch. Nah, before say we be twa be coming to charge. That's it. Intino I feel say this is the time for me to step up. Na me ma obi so looting so kwan no so make me position. You get it. Because am I behind the scene for too long. As you made mention, if you are but all this was most of the members chapters didn't know that. You get it. And yes, I am a professional, but I'm coming to let the women's voice, can be heard.
Okay.
And yet behind the scene, we need to present and represent.
Very well.
Absolutely. You get it. The virtuous women that we are, no. And yet kitchen You see? So I'm coming and my kind of my mission is thrive. Teamwork. Trust. The R will stand for respect. Right? The H will stand for honesty. You get it. And then we have the R, which is respect. Resources. Rebuild. Wouldn't be and say your party no and shut down yet a connotation no. Adentia. Ubi also came it's me No, we need to come together and rebuild. And clinically and politically. You buy one, you get one free.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Na so well represented na chairman ko na yes executives na general secretary chairman na would do the member FO
I will represent.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Mrs. On the 6th of April, a breakfast meeting with Adelaide and the team. Mumbra, discussion about prostate, different medication if you know to have high blood pressure. Now the myth say be our don't so a myth. I discuss about diabetes, dietary modification, medications, your health as holistically. And again, so benefits to move on. Yet we don't know. And then your mental health is very important. We do go through a lot. Into your specialist person now that day, there's a breakfast meeting or gathering with Adelaide and the team.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mrs. Especially when the party has officially open possible contest second session two gentlemen politics Frank the member of the NDC diaspora communications team Kojo Amwaku MPP UK branch no secretary hopeful MPP na I didn't get video no zoom straight to the main discussion for tonight. Better TV and radio, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. We are there, live, unlimited, Khaled. We are there. Yeah, Mamu. Best. Come on. Undiluted discussion issues. Bring the questions. Once again. We are back.
Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life. Discipline in how we manage public resources. Discipline in adhering to the law. Discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. We cannot speak of Ghana's present without paying homage to our past. 69 years ago, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah proclaimed to the world that at long last, the battle is ended, and that Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. He also added that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Nkrumah did not only grant us independence, he awakened within us a sense of consciousness and a continental purpose. Starting with the UGCC and eventually the CPP, along with the countless unsung heroes and patriots, they sparked a movement that altered the course of African history. Today, we honor the memory of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and all others who have led this country after him. All of them have been a part of our history and have brought us to this moment in our lives. From Dr. Kofi Abrifabuzia to J.A. Ankara, Akwesi Afrifa, Ike Achampong, General Akufo, Jerry John Rawlings, John Ajekum Kufuor, John Evans Atta Mills, and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Every administration, regardless of its political inclination, has played its part in building the nation we all proudly call Ghana. Today, Ghana is working with partners across Africa and the diaspora to seek historical justice. Later this month, Ghana will submit a motion to the United Nations declaring slavery and the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. This motion will represent the justice and restitution that is long overdue. And Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence, will once again lead the global call for dignity and restoration. Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life. Discipline in how we manage public resources. Discipline in adhering to the law. Discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. the citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. We cannot speak of Ghana's present without paying homage to our past. 69 years ago, Osojifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah proclaimed to the world that at long last, the battle is ended, and that Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. He also added that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Nkrumah did not only grant us independence, he awakened within us a sense of consciousness and a continental purpose. Starting with the UGCC and eventually the CPP, along with the countless unsung heroes and patriots, they sparked a movement that altered the course
Omo eba bedi ankomo ene ya moadwo makwa bebi better TV so ne eti kojo amwakomre atrase na me quickly nkoro some kwaba ojo Ejo so akua ya bako de the chake so ma wo hwefo TV na why sweet why pasa ko position eno prepare me flyer no so nganje Achang okay. Bia no. Intizana mo se be definitely that sunti. So utu na mo sa ni kan to na be be sa o ja na fe o. Achang we dey to before. Na wa woni. Ya na say ni mra se be no chairman nations be. Na ya di no so kama. What ya na no kre. Okay so di mo wenchira. Open up nation now. I'm very yourself for the people to give them money to serve them. Okay. Now, BB. Now,
This is a recording of me with a loud fan in the background.
Maybe 5 years na Rollins Chema odura free kuruma yena panabo enti MPP no wo emoja mfara and back kuruma so committees amada you see am second vice chairman of London just me say patron for Nanado ladies youth wing so steering committee director of operations election research committee so me can one of the four members so now akuya comes a time na was also team step here now boy say MPP we have the men nti na see some na itimi boa especially yewa akoje to me free na just here fresh energy so nti no sa open na manya okay good kojo makuru de kana ai tami afi say o share Facebook because we look support media okay so na ma Abuaje Danyansa Frank Enred Moajo Brother Bia Boko there so you try say you better no so ever have about the sense represent the NDC na and you may can say it my now yeah share mebunu a Ghana nyuma abaya Nyuma ya hardwin and the social the police recruitment they are called 500,000 apply for a vacancy of 5,000 500,000 apply for 5,000 vacancy necessary so something now I'm your for no my fairly on my Ghana any mo be nyuma ama mo ni bia ya
PhD with the my son that was CP na me find chance so Emma MPP for I offer Kenyan executive and council of elders I'm boy juma na me chapter chairman Mugabe one Okani Abawa sanse omo leadership in the now coming back to the question say MPP fairly employment since statistics na maybe share that statistical service on website for data and na your family graduate unemployment
but I can't hear anything
see I say at the end of the first quarter NDC for the afro about 32%. Okay. In the NDC for na sabi o omo fairly emabuna Ghana o share how na CPO so atu ayampia atu futuro Ghana for any ama for dia bufu for to abayi ebo share first one almost 24-hour economy na mabuna need as one say ba adwuma ba ko mabuna nyansa na ba ko ye ekuya san ko mutimi yes ade na sasa break figure ye kentisa say only even the blueprint for our policy yeah catch for tremu and so no yeah hu de ekosi ebiem almost by bank ama enya dija ekuya what ebiem on tente enti osando to how buy already unemployment no samba be MP before so omonya Ghana for
About MP
before. It's in a way you every honum. Now, the last one. Making sure say, I'm free jumam. I guaranteed employment, health, any education, the nurses, doctors, pharmacists, graduating, essential employment. Now, go teachers, graduates, employment. And this by you who be Enti anyama makora figures na enti bed na roll 5,000 slots or security services no e move 500,000 enkaso akwa na a time bomb ne so no sansa mabu nya ya krono etu trasem and
now what's before the fairly Ghana for mabu because share the moya I mean, Ghana for passes a more failure.
I am throw and even not
no moment me into Moka.
Oh, see go so your debating me because before see baba napco ni ho into picture sanye na create napco e man crofo adwuma na nka adwuma ni ho. You first secretary na to nche you can employment created. That is the question. So, into no ye free so no. Now, graduate unemployment about former Bedru 22.5. And yet then within a year, a cost of Bedru 32%. A honia sem now I see a busana. Honia sem na I see a busana. And the MPP there, what my head baby are now ora Alanche Martin Fee. A friend saying Trade Ministry. So our policies here they buy one district and this is for about my chum. Man to us.
But some moments more complete. More I'm fancy. So
your money function a public sector and private partnership. Into a buying at the taxes and then maybe check a private man. No almost waiting your motivation. A BS annual. So about be easy in every Saudi money now create employment. Into all here Nesano, now Opa for a human were here now, dear Mabuno. A 1 year sem no. And then this idea. Me who say how the way Iran conflict here start here, not just a barber get worse. How are they going to manage petrol prices so basuri? Until yet a time bomb so pa and then no any come see. I'm really itching say metie the opinion of one human so no beka a dear chicha no ho. San say amanfo bu afu pa.
But you know to say that no MPP NAPCO most of 500,000 they would be at the end of the day month me am mamo a kakra na a kakra so dey chire youth are now mo be mo wie school e bet na fie and also so no month me am fa dodo no adwuma and nti no say o kan say na o kan say and this aba police for no mo na mo fa ma de aha eti fine quick kwado ma me nko amanso na me sa ba hobio Frank, good evening.
Good evening, many appears here. Majority on here.
We will try to say bit connect Frank Abaji the Nyansa. Now I don't know Eddie come up. Frank Abaji the Nyansa kasa the man NDC and you may we try to say bit me Nyansa na bank. Frank, what make good evening. Okay. Oh my so buy be na ya connect na Eddie come on. It's that question me busa woni. And this is say the police mobile and me police service dem bokom e ben political there any business say ya MPP for more change for so ya more catch o mo say and say o mo ntimi am for mo dia and munchia o mo referendum scan fama o mo and before man so why do you make this one all right so my meaning nkasa Frank what me ga Frank Abuaji the Nyansa. Frank Majo.
Major Feminia, what a menka.
All right. So Frank, my main more kwabana me busa was say baby a wo ho no ho et say NDC research agenda no say na nimasi ko me mo adwo kwababa better so. Okay. Intending can we better try say be between you and about it. Then maybe sound here. It's I don't know this security agencies no and I'm the campaign. I must win prefer say no political and you be any protocol no you be any between yakonya e da kakurium.
MPP there and you press say security campaign.
That is what you did. That's what you've been doing.
No. Say my policies, economic policies. Security, teachers, health, where they always be there.
Hello. Hello.
Unlike any people you buy, they share that deliberate economic policies, then NAPCO, they create one district, one factory. We see campaign in one over. These are clear economic policies. I just said the aim was to reduce unemployment. And this is by Musa said, no Maya. And now they be new thing no more nothing. I'm hoping some that's in the same place who campaign here. Maybe who is that? Because your friend is still you.
Hello. Hello.
1 whole year is gone. There is no clear economic policy except the solve the problem of unemployment. We have any problem. And I'm saying, near more promise or manifesto.
The
first one was 24-hour economy. It was meant to create 2 more jobs out of 1 current job.
So almost markets, almost on basis 24-hour markets at the moment.
Almost say.
So from basis.
Okay. You can't say the free SHS paper. You buy within a year. we had enacted a policy. NDC for by one who be on the good crime say 24-hour economy basso. We told people say, "Sa policy no, a buying does not create sa human. It has to be private companies to say 1 DFR, yeah, create companies in the work those shifts. And no na babe toso no. On buy some about between yeah companies in them. And see, it's not magic. You don't need to be a political expert, an economic expert, and one who the your problems are your now it's going to get worse. It has become a national security issue. And you see, me ni bre, ni pushi NDC for no more stress on your money because the queer yet. Obia we school did that for the first time your teachers are more fear young post you it been see that for the very, very first time. And yet there's no deliberate economic policy idea good crime say the barber help with unemployment. And only assembly.
Is it because you say NDC into me more money yeah na and as more feeling or more promises and say
yeah the name say Osha Ghana back or sema. O the Rollins time obubu o man can NDC ho. NDC atena so achen MPP. Almost 29 years. MPP atena so 16 years. O the Kufuor the eka na Kufuor de ho. Na yen nyina na ye ba Nana Akufo-Addo ene J Kufuor ye me itimede enema egu akwan mu ema nkrofo nya employment. Eti yenim say NDC they never think through policies.
Okay.
Akwabi NDC they say ye dey ba feeder rules ni fi say ye betima ye. We are not measured by the same principle. NDC nobody expects anything from them. But MPP people expect proper policies from us. Enti me mum de anya me nwanwa kra.
Oh, okay.
Now it's going to get worse because utu omo for omuntie.
All right.
The honey assembly.
Good. Utu for omuntie. Frank Abuaje Danyansa anyumre memawajo at the Better TV and radio. So now what to say? Na ayi mete won catch pa mete won catch ayi me yankopon na ya adoma yetimi enu asia wo Better TV so e wo UK hadom. Now the MP NDC resetting agenda lesson 2024 again asie ya and
hello PSA bacho temenka
ase esanso ebuabo NDC for yi again asie mamintie wadaroma
me bacho temenka because me nim se temenka me mete won ka tisia. Hello.
You try say ibinya Abuaje the nyansa na ye no
PSA otemenka.
I metonka.
Hello, bacho otemenka. Hello.
You try say ibinya Abuaje Frank Danyansa na ye no edi komo mo wa homa say on say fidel the argument no na mo so mo nya ho abotwa kra mai mo fa nche say eba nisa why mo fa nche pa na ye gusu a totals no egusu a bo mo modern na o metimi atwitwa atum na bibia so etimi akọ ye so kojo mamemra ho na entose na bia prince mo try say o betimi connect na mai no na ye so yetimi edi enkomo enso ewo harom enti the ne MPP mo promise pa na say mo by 16 years no And then for so na youth no mabru no enya free mo so a enti mo feel say mo de no better best as in the NDC.
Okay, yeah, more contemporary call a year the year 2000 J. Kufuor eba abaimu. It was J. Kufuor leadership in a me who say sa Ghana bit me akoso. Me and China me school. We school 2003 in Ghana. For the first time or two or share economy no kama. Moko bank kura kwa loan. It was so easy. I feel not just here two and South African for so major loan. Me am here my first pharmacy shop at me BA. Sa time kwa loan or car bank and I'm the BA sa pharmacy shop no. Dollar to CD exchange rate be pia not just a 1:1. Be pia koso. And government was said no to create an enabling environment for private sector to thrive. Yehu die kosi ye. J. Kufuor free so a year 2008 I ma NDC for ya dear partner Urata Mills John Mahama bae almost 8 years no mutimi ye yen hu hwe eno an namu ema a year Nana Akufo-Addo so babeje in 2016 and Nana Akufo-Addo beje for the first time so you one district one factory for the first 4 years be bigger than outcome. And your COVID nearby and a bit shaky. All the economic gains you make here. Ghana was still the fastest growing economy ever on the continent. Accolade bia na was here demo bia no ye dema omo. I think say it is fair to say NPP your economic record are unmatched by NDC. Clearly, very, very unmatched. And until now, man, I diama NDC for no because no more free say artificial exchange rate no more creating by using yesika ya per go. Na ye den na sabio ye buy no not gold at a World Bank of Ghana. It was just about 8 tons. Now Akufo-Addo free so no, and now so dwene eco future intino. Not ye 32 tons. NDC for buy afinya mai omaba bedi amana ba beka 18 tons. And so bisa say sika na we here ye hu ba bi ewo. Untimi fa won say nsi ade ba ko potin a omodi sika na ya say be boa with employment. Into who can akwakusi say how can anybody compare NDC track record when it comes to the economy to MPP? It's unmatched. Very, very unmatched. Intimidate me who say Nyankopon na ye yadom Emma Yura Mahama bae. So that be a Ghana for will be reminded say anokwa. Just say NPP for nkwa na ba omutimi boa o man.
Right. So hold on. So both you na me say afide betimi ne honorable adu komo. Honorable memwajo.
PSA major so major is automatic.
Say there na also automatic.
Na automatic.
Metonka na also automatic.
Nyamiadom yes metonka.
All right. Ya makwaba ade ba better TV ni radio so UK Mountain so na nwumre. You know boy komoyi. O de facha na abosie yang huma de saa na na du ba bia na etie. Facha pa.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. Yes, in today, I'm going to do it.
Good. Now, NDC, some of after 1 year, new and never say research agenda de go so.
Yeah, I think so. My main chair with you for any other for you know, say, my main chair, my penny, you're John Drum, Manny Mahama, and then na powerful. Na owning senior, a memono is equal for. So far businesses and for a very long time etimenya reshemu ewo aban na after 2024 elections our companies are withdraw Ghana enye nijie edi omujuma private owned companies are omojidie se anamo a ene niema aban ne di gu fom no omojuma etumpon For a very long time, Ghana and Niger Abakronima, you know, sir, over the years, I mean, previously, you say MPP, you know, can somewhere compare track record. About track record, and yet sloganarianism, and I say slogans are more the bar, Bemwoman, Nature, Mubu, my. Let's set the record straight. Yet, Kroma, and I'm introduce you one district, one factory, said they're working. What's the NDC buyer? Yan Twasso, ye chum. Crat have any dear dancer say, buy your chum, say your chum. Exim Bank is still operating now. They know what I say. Exim Bank air support companies, local companies, on manufacturing, and in Yama. The fact say, who did it to say the Namu who didn't in Chesham with me. Or no, Panko Visayra John Kujal and Chamantin. Ah, no, ye minister for trade and the Kupado. This answer and Yama could see saying. On one person, the number of companies I register as one district for one factory. As at the time, my MPP call. Now companies do sign or more support. And I do sign and no more children. At the end of the day, products do sign it to be bad on thing. PSA, Unim Boris B. And Unim Boris B. Now, Sassy and baby, or free Boris B. Bear chicken. Boris B. At the time of MPP, I know somewhere raring for food and almost raring for food and jobs. That time, not poultry for no one day to send and to say. This is the first time I in a private poultry company. Only a buying a carboma, more branding of poultry products in Ghana and outside Ghana. It's not Boris B. MPP. It can also be supporting local industries. And NDC has supported local industries better than MPP. Sure? Almost never be Bromujay, say, yeah, can say, and you are John the money, Mamma say, I buy and to us why. I know, can say, oh, yeah, why. And can MPP phone anything to boast about? Nothing. Meno, Ashanti region. That product are okay. One district, one factory. Catching the Omo Bako, a year Juma, around the Ashanti region. As at 2025, or no, and 2026 year woman. MPP for the initiative.
Sir, both are not. Yatonsu, the Sena, no.
Now, the Omo, the Omo Fanny Pando say. There be Emmanuel. There be no more yet. Both are not factory, Ben. Satonsu, they are okay. I remember saying, Mama Part, Mokoy, almost say, Omokwako Commission. After the name, no Kase. Swami magazine for Nkasa or Moji boat and not EB free sale company we want to know about Ghana for. There's nothing to boast about. Yet Yanum no Mokofa hospital by agenda 111. Research about audit about the number of hospitals are Moji Hunsika or more contractors at this Ghana and ne audit about ye who say hospitals in Ghana. No Munji no Muja Okoi. A Buma discarded the amount to block back okra. Now, Abai Biaba. Under 2 years, ever say 1 year, I mean, why, the whole kind of 1 year. But my men first had 3 months in income. Say under 1 year, 3 months. A memoir air coffee. So when you and you Ghana memo we more, 77 now, I'm boying. It's answer. Baby, MPP folk crew. Your currency cotton, any baby, I have a funny baby, a dear baby Druno. Or more man on it, a gradia dance here, including yourself. Say, auto ticket every UK, Ako Ghana. Now they compare 2024, the same period. Auto ticket every year, Modi Ako Ghana. 2024, Assembly Maker, compare March 2024 to March 2026. Tickets, the end wedding. Other than your T1 Mona, a memo to sign, a year in this, a memo anti, Yankatangu Hooping, and you have a lot of MPP 407 year old making it look like I buy beer about to say economic improvement. You Ghana for who's on fast for a MPP about, which is the palpable lie.
But Ghanaians are still crying. They are still worried.
No, but I mean, Ghanaians have always cried.
More because that's the reason why India and no musuno or moto about Etienne is so musuno. So
Obi anyone and what ton one memo BM, including UK 1 out and now the UK we are okay. What are you talking about? A memo course and a gradual process. Resetting means going back to the basics and doing the right thing because yayen never be a over the years besi and president ono aba wakwa wosa ba no kire say waba besua niema bi wa kire hunu niema ye betoto a ebe buade amamu na kɔ nanim time na those times no nyanya power no. And I've always maintained this. Ghana ain't me improvement under John Dramani Mahama this time. The only time I hear president wakwa but this time Ghana ain't me.
Okay. So what are things are wrong or correcting to say Ghana for no are you happy?
Yeah, of course. And when you ask me this, then you know say I'll definitely tell you about Nema. Now you started say instead of say more importation into Ghana. This time around, Ghana will do so many things. Ebema ye mum ni export ya kwa abonten. Ya de mregu form. Maybe a twemu. Me know me no you know. Obuasi time Anglo Gold Ashanti mutu ye gold they go free no. This time around no. Enema se to an extent say I modify. I'm a Ghana gold board about bejina brania. Afe onoji small miners gold now with me a certain percentage of gold no from large scale mining companies no, which is 5%. Of gold omubenya biano e de be share ono nase na ono akra gold no dia mai said the UK Bank of England higher storage of gold for nkofo including the government of England yaye bi Ghana na bi nsi da. And this time around we had almost close to how many tons of gold ayetiminya on monthly basis ayetimide supported the economy no without going to borrow. This is the first time Yaba Bemwa under 2 years. Yankobo business change bia. The only renewal I hear with IMF the years what Omono Shas ya abani ba ya or twaso. And you and I know say answer na be free IMF aseno. Otutu niema nyina awie before gradually you back off.
Okay.
And only agenda you John Dramani Mahama
Yeah.
This is the first time the second time Maminka Tamoyo refinery under John Dramani Mahama first term 2016. From 2012 to 2016. The only time Ghana recorded profit, I was found go yetumu. That period. Tor was operating under MPP. In Kofwe fa Tor, egu Tor from to an extent say, and nyame ne di one for fini ekoto about 2024. And MPP buy the time oil refinery. Kwa koma China for but what PSA would say and I want it. There be assembly Jima Baba na mi wu say assembly me no can we are aware so that we tell be say ampa host ni say no cre.
Ye pa.
Can be before person mo to an man.
Ye pa.
And it say obi person to nenne president bi aba. Na to etimi a revive it to an extent say enne. Ye ba be say yanka say fangu e tu no Ghana. To an extent say yetimi ye wie na nya that number of barrels na e benya no. E wo Ghana na. And tokwa esi wo Iran na mini e ka ho asemi. Ye ma no affect Ghana. And I'm telling you on record say there is no way yen ye beba bonten abeka che Ghana for say Ghana for ho akere fango bo aye din bruso esan say Iran ne Israel for kono yen your responsibility.
Right.
Say be question or mine.
Enti Abaje.
Minia.
All right, so
mama no see you.
Okay, but for this mama.
To an extent say ye buana to to ne fango no or modify mu or satre mu mane be kama na Ghana for ankasa ye consume a dodo a ye fa na mano ne ede ba o man ni mu no eso beti ebe wie no ebe bua ma fango bo no enyina fa akokra na ne bo nya din se de ebe to no. And that is what we are trying to do.
Okay.
And then abaya aba o kan mebu na adwuma asem look me no mienu yet one of me yen say senka MPP amemu no omo fa ankofo between 2020 to 2024 memfa 2016 emma 2020 to 2024 only 4 years so I'm employ ankofo into the security agency and can na yem bia akwanya say ankofo nkopa adwuma obi ye nurse ni wo so wo jai nurse asa bepa asa be security adwuma and na you see a penipa 5,000. Now you put 500,000 idea application. That will tell you say the backlog of Nkofo over the years. No, dodo na wo hono ma omo kire omo up till this time mama nche on yema ye ba ya about employment
okay
me no can say you sign 3 agreements the edi kan ye ni UAE eye Dubai aban sign agreement ye di mabunu e ko hono makwa akoye adwuma but what ya na want
yeah so I don't know how many people how many you do me ba say me better can na
ni Grenada aban oh mama no mama come asem so
oh me ba obakoso ni na be kana me usa say eti Dubai no now you do say na modo makọ under 1 year no am kan wasem do say na after the agreement no how many people and Ghana etim do makọ
Mate say you can see ebusa ankonta na mini figures no wa say but time I di nkomo yi me nua yi ka say both no so ma fa nipa one kra o ma fa adwuma me bo
okay
it is what say obi free NDC aban yi mu etu kwa ko Dubai kra o ye dey okoye adwuma ye fa ne de ne so so
but say enya aban ne ko ana
oh aban na de ne ko me see
da bi say no na ko na de ono na ko na de
no me ma ka cho say aban de no say what say aban de no obi akwa
and na mente no anytime you bisa no say maybe you have the figures
me no ya but me no ya ko wa yi for website where public knowledge okwa search say foreign jobs Ghana jobs Dubai UAE ube why website mama nko take one
right.
The government of Ghana through the health ministry and the Grenada yeah, the Grenada government has an agreement. Yeah, the Ghana for nurses air compatriot and I want.
And MP before so ye be money
yeah, can DC
and so how many batches now so far in this biko?
No. Oh, it's honorable akando ko job mo airport when.
Say so batches do say so no to make the conversation so lively and authentically evidential and no. And I may be so na do the two just na Ghana for who say yes and per figures who say that here now concrete
me bacho many obedi nkomo who ka tell me say ya ba bedi nkomo a ebe ma eme opeso hu adwuma ekoso.
That's right.
Me ma instances and you will become me for figures. Me you and I know say until say omuguso omoko.
Okay.
Into my figures they say.
All right.
If you'd ask me, but at the end of the year, so because you move kontana Minister for Youth Employment, Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, more the figures the 12.10. I will definitely speak to it.
All right.
The next one, apart from Grenada, no. Now say say needs and kids, and also Caribbean wa. Yeah, you must sign job waiver agreement to an extent. Say, yeah, the Mebunu call Jamaica, Ghana for the artisans, including military men. Aqua supported the Jamaican government. Almost recover from hurricane and hit omo.
Okay.
And you might be outside Ghana.
All right.
I'm from Ghana inside Nankata. There's so many things that has happened in Ghana now through different companies, private, public-private partnerships are ECOSO. And look, Juma Owe, there's more we can do. It's a mini MPP lenses in every nany. Now you can say, oh, Omaino, over the years, said the young youth to expect job creation agenda should be no. And yes, I net it. We can go that line. And you know my intellectualism when it comes to that side.
Yeah.
But over here in politics, yeah, I will let you know NDC has done better than MPP.
Right.
My for job creation, dear Wimbra. When you said the construction sector, and you know me as an estate developer over here.
Yeah.
Young partner, you manifesto, housing manifesto. You see, you best see houses in every district. Ghana. Ghana with 261 districts. So you see 100 houses for civil servants. And each district we are talking about over 250,000 housing units. But what am I saying? Now, Ministry of Works and Housing at the document ECHO, which is waiting approval for such jobs here to start. One building, there were artisans, Mako, almost 15, and a BS Edgeman. So you can see I started these constructions across the country. What is the number of employment I bet in Enya?
All right.
These are things that are ongoing. I mean, if I call the fishery sector, now say Ankasa, Omo develop premix fuel. Yeah, distribution centers our central regional. Omo no found call for Omo board the locals not for them to have access to premix fuel on a regular basis. And to say MPP for timer, nobody party card na check premix fuel.
Okay.
Yes, anamoa aban need to know. President John Dramani Mahama has to be supported and encouraged.
Right.
Say I'm one of them and ra. Share agreement on Korea, South Korea ko sign it. Yeah, the gas, natural gas, LPG.
Yeah.
Every Korea ever Ghana. See area or no kopa hontuma for the government of Ghana. Yes, pushes the Ghana ne South Korea government. Ever sign it tax waiver agreement, visa waiver agreement, and they wait me up our visa passport, Ghana passport, and they are South Korea without visa. To say they're in South Africa here for 90 days. There are so many things, good things are happening.
Right.
Satisfying maybe satisfying at a go.
Okay.
So many others would know say, baby, Omuja drew and I year twice no. A memo, a step at a time. Graduates are graduating every year. And you and I know KUST. Every year, you pay KUST almost 30 to 50,000 a year. For other universities, they can't.
So hold on. Mesa Honorable Frank about the answer. So do you know?
Martin pa na enyenwanwa. Frank, boko dear. I pick you on two things I can. San said, "Let me feel saying this for a few way. I must say, yeah, quiet. I'm so born in a. O say, a friend is saying, say, Modern Shashaba, yeah, Ghana gold mines, almost retaining a percentage of almost gold, ever chronum. And you, when you say, Sabe, walk us the same way. It is a bit must store tons of gold. Our Bank of Ghana vote to me to say the Bank of England. Then, and I said you MPP free, so you jam 32 tons. Let's say, and no more Matia form. I drew 18 tons. I heard the name if you send Kaunko crowd.
No, but I can't see a store say and ton.
Open your case here, Bank of England, the NRD and Fatuno, wow, Fatuhuna America. Or more for Monsambum, and a pound and year stronger.
You say the individual's investment between the Bank of England for no government, any individuals are almost almost gold. And the Bank of England. But Ghana, we have a reserve where we definitely need money. It's young of course. You better. It's a go for what?
Frank, the Pacho Chechasma Wokan. Also, Bank of England, I said the country England in the Omo reserves, name of individuals in the Kubu.
No.
Chemuye, and I just sign and to because here, Mamma to some food train room crop for any.
No,
Nana. Apart from Sika Modino, to see who may be a modest as found from 32 tons to 18 tons. Meanwhile, teachers, how much are there 14 months in Omodeka? What do you want to mean to Yaka? And Frank, Sikana Wahen, Sikana Fahen.
Salary. What I say is a teacher for your market.
Me Pacho, Sikana Wahen. Sikana Wahen. Now, where's a worker UAE, someone UAE, Dubai for Aquaquasa agreement. And to Winty Chrome Hanum na Sebio Ghana for Omoya Jumo, Dubai, Omusu. Must back to Ghana. What's not Ghana, Hokrana Juma? You are better off than so we could Dubai, Aquaquaya Juma. Modern slavery no more Dubai honor. Their house helps on Crofofie. And you more Ghana, Dubai, UAE honor. Kikabitre and Yinti. I was a mamu economy.
You should not compare Tanya Mane CC or non-person Jordan, Oman, honor to that of UAE. A different thing altogether.
Frank.
Among some cleanness.
You won't crow for more Frank. Okasa man kati in. You won't crow for more home here, Juma. You need problems or move facey.
You don't chastise the UAE government.
And how would you? Now you can't some barber to us. So it's a must idea quite chile cry more.
And Frank.
National security issue.
And Frank. Yeah, share as someone the general secretary, chairman, I can't say. And you pay 500,000 dear from Macra, or we are for what I say some dear, yeah, from Macra. I am from Fobana Mukwachu, Moya, party for no elbow for Mokan Wasami. This is a political statement, Mumeke during the election campaign 2024. Say a buy from police, a from her, and then 24-hour economy 1-3-3-3-3. And no, of course, say, now this your party, own party people are complaining, they are crying. And yes, you find said the ordinary Ghanaians are the money or Mokano. What this your party people are crying, say, this is what you promised us, but you are giving us different.
Debbie. You are talking about, okay, my main starting free, second one. Say 24-hour economy, I could say. last month, Yara. That is the latter part of February.
Okay.
Yeah, passed the 24-hour economy law, policy law, and I'm a boy.
Bill, no.
I feel no be a kwayama. Companies are omubenya those incentives. When omu decide they say omeko 133 now. Tax waivers are the more money now has been captured into law before no previously. Ni any bibiasa exoka sa okra be running 133 now. You don't get any benefit from government.
But I'm can bank.
Ani dia kon yakwaye emra. So this time around no. Ye wi emra no. Ethiopia we ankran credit individual or company. Aban institution bi ono so ye na duma. State agencies on betting around 133 no. Now you have a law backing them. A bit to say electricity will be for the amount if you are running all the shifts. Yeah, tax waiver, tax utiano, and yes, I now bet you. A baba for my choice, say the bear be enough money. And they are found call for no chum Mokai. A two times I could say, I'm running the idea. I pay a new money, baba.
And that Bruno and chain and consider because, for instance, sir, a Juma was there. Omukai divele say omubeya aben memu nyina tre because divele adwuma ho no ma so bi ba so kusala wo police wa ko police adwuma kwa koye okogana gasa so eti sa anima no da ben apart from say ankwankwa be ba on board no aban de no den na oye da kusim maburu no a wo say omobo no in order to wait for the private ones non individuals no on be ba on board no
aban de no ma ka che say some state agency view are you don't need 133.
So but man can sign from supporters no.
Wa man can sign. I say what you want unka can say abai jume nyina be ko 133. You don't say that.
But that's what they say. That's what you said.
Ghana Publishing Corporation me no ka say. Omo run it 24 hours.
Okay.
Eti omo started that even before the law was coming. But we realize hey Yemam ranem brane nkusi no omo ope so omo be yebi no so then they can get those incentives etimrana ba ebi mo sa say no omo rane ne dada afen e bi beko unim say ka say transport sector be rane 24/7 afen na cars ay ko krae e wo a friend of Suzuki ay ko krae through the Ministry of Transport e be ba Ghana ba be ka metro mass transit now we almost started running our transportation cost one from 2 abundant said the UK 15 minutes be our bus abekam no sa na be so waka
okay
ye the ayalolo bus age MPP for one more corner bus ni na da scraps me ba to asoma mi keme bua kasa me bua
near the electric buses electric buses no mobile mama to
there be manual buses ni na scrap and electric aba. You mentioned the old one.
We do. They have a lifespan. For the first time in the history of Ghana, yeah, the electric buses by. And Unim said that's what MPP did.
I have told you, we acknowledge that electric buses need by later part of the year, of which I near a campaign that is accepted. But the old buses that we left you guys, none of them were being maintained. To understand that by the time you guys left power, no more buses need now say. So we have to come in now through Metro Mass, NESPC. Say about 1 year running 24-hour transport service in Ghana. Me no can say uko porter, hold on. Previously, no more running 24 hours, but there was poor illumination, electricity, no munya, now we have modernized the port. After Nema Bedu and Aduna Peso Koya, under security protection, you can clear your goods. But you know they won't say it.
Yeah, be menyante.
DVL nominate other agencies now okay. With time, Memrana Berry, that is when you will see action.
All right.
Right.
Hold on. All right.
No, you asked me one about general. We'll see. Or no aircraft a boy says here befa incorporate security service. This time around, and yes, I'm a coin. Time I may address the first issue about unemployment. Me catch you say under the MPP, there was no time. Me know here, my time my MPP announced officially say, "Oma baimu through the Ministry of Interior, omo ye recruitment." Mami 1 year, I would say so more consultant.
We didn't politicize it. Because I Juma Minister of Interior.
No, Minya. Chairman, Assembly say.
When I'm politicizing,
I know for a fact you were dishing out this employment of security agencies to your members of parliament. And I know some of the MPs are Open Fire Service, I saw MP, Open Immigration, I saw MP, Open Police, I saw MP. Yes, so that we would have that opportunity for people to come. Obia on free baby, I want him MP, no, can get employment in the security agency.
All right.
And that is what we have done.
Right.
ATB application, here, 5,000. Now a whooping 500,000 by applier. It should tell you, say, the previous government, they failed.
Good.
We will not have a lot of people going to chase one job.
Hold your fire. Hold your fire. Why hold your fire? Again, more pencil, more employment, recruitment, police, all the security agencies. More emergency, mobile say, na mo mie ekwamuma obi antimi apply bi. Na mo ye kwasa ni say sumase. Na wo hwe asem a wo kan ya o chese the 24-hour economy no idea ebeboa mabunu no ni na ye adwumasem. But you still have issues with the government in implementation. No, why do you have problem as MPP?
PSA. Main to say was a problem.
Now, Friday.
MPP, we did not politicize security recruitment.
Okay.
Because any safe for the country.
All right.
Conversely, no share NDC for you. Muhammad Jina MPSO joined the campaign. Sir, NDC the omoba fa NDC for one share security service. In fact, last year, why boss Malik Masintele no akura so can something like that. What I say? Yera Malik Basintele last year onwa ko jina eye Bongo constituency. Sir, obefa 400 security people. Me bo ongaje nzeme.
O say adokrampo de munta kakra aka basa jire minister say why is some woman no fan and this for 25,000 on video boy is no aka but was say for police no there a professional one so based on merit and I want me am fan man the party for I mean that's the way to go
and you think yes so am politicizing no that is the way to go it was wrong so omujina simpie so can say omudi omba NDC for also for attention omo the NDC for
now omo just simpie so can that's about make different now why don't you applaud them
omo need different thing last week
that's about hold on that's about
last week say can say nipa 500,000 apply omo abeka say NDC for ya for omo say Ghana for MPP for say na wom say o man ni mo che very very polarized unya NDC ni aje say unya adwuma o adenti na say banesa hwe dem crofo krom hanoma MPP abai scholarship NDC for e do omo ba yim san say we govern the nation we don't govern the party but omo de omo mana ko say NDC for nko a eno kura so omo sign no troka e ho na asem no wo so
NDC for disappoint omo supporters and
answer na MPP for they overpromised and they are under delivering. That is the problem.
I can tell you, see, because we have diverse political parties, but we know each other.
MP da in MPP
on the face of it, make me grab Bomitrima MPP 410. I do about UK on government scholarship. But the here, say, because they are politicizing, Munama politicizing Yema and they are researching to bring it back to the basics. Yes, see, Yembi Quino Bienya Quenya. Are there no more for security agency? Now, the name table as it.
But about the answer, don't think that NDC as a government, most of the party no because the promise about the Mamo party for members no, and then Namoye.
Mama no see. Vigilante, no police attack several times. We saw all that. But chairman for the boys or do machinene. Or more than police for I form in NDC only MPP. Nobody MPP chairman for it. Mamini and Intia says, yeah, respect na you John the money, Mama, by Adrian Pow. The man is not in to destroy Ghana, but to save Ghana.
Okay.
To let Ghana go back to when it used to be now. Your name say you be a coin. You see a fan call for from January to February. Apply a do matter. Let's be bonting. That is the procedure. But Momo the other day, Moma MP 5 slots. Wakoma DC 10 slots. Oh, per police, I just don't go with DC no do 40,000. And the MPP. We saw all that. What you say? But oh, it has always been former. Your people were selling it like we know it. Scholarship secretariat. Yes, yes. The number of schools are nine counts who near their best. The number of schools are no more on it. As at the time, you buy a 1 year from 2025 January to December 1 year. Yet me am one person outside Ghana scholarship. Do you know why? Why only as a FJ? Because a car MPP are buying Jaigu Ewo universities to say Cambridge, no money, Exeter University, my universities maybe.
Yeah, and at 2016, a cusson and NDC in that two scholarship.
No,
governance is a continuous process.
Oh, but what you do to Mujaka?
Oh, of course, you be Jaka.
PSA, Opa Minuya, frame, I may Zita, Nebis, and say, time of meeting, high commission on many schools in this year. Onka Kani Nambo number
okay.
But how can you come to one more before scholarship?
All right. The answer, Mamento at the embrace is here.
1 year of scholarship until you school fees.
Mamento at the embrace is here. Mamento at the embrace is here. Yane Frank Abaje, the Yansa, Kasama NDC, diaspora communication team no Okahon, and Kojo Mwakon Redu, so or press Obenya. Branch secretary dama MPP or UK ha or something MPP ni and you know more but I'm find access to come Livingston Healthcare. I was passing for quality and dignified care and I come for Eddie amount hair care come ye ho adwuma hote ye ma bre ye adwuma no ama oni te ma oni je ho se adwuma na enmo ye no kwanda ho emu da ho emu bie bia come pa na bibia we care bia ye bi say living care ye bi wo personal care so wo ho no dementia support so wo ho learning disability so wo care for older people specialized care services so and so ye bi wo ho no na senia yesiwa abotre ani do ede ye customers no it's ebroso kra edi se woni ebedu dwuma na se onto ho entwene kra edi frempane sisi ai na bokeni appointment information bia ohwe bia no ditemu buru bia pe bia no o frempane sisi ya no so intimate to 0775-321-3683 Livingston Healthcare and ye come for the amount na school or you better to mano ama money aje money ni mudia kama na omodia nyini ede akọ mo bra no Italian Nursery for se fa oba ne bra na yente to on kwampa so ye nkyere omade kama na bibia enkoso eti frempani 0795801773 0795801773 for Italia Nursery for na omonso emwao na meka wo se wo pe studio a ebetuna twamfoni emoni modde ho kama efe ebetumi ato ache na we video na bibia no na me kanfo e de amount e better photography and videography studios na me kanfo de amount ye ne twamfoni antoni de hormo na home foni wo di o si akwa twamfoni no it's better photography and videography studios na me kanfo e de amount so we ya ponto bia anything concerning video pictures there ye ne a se wo ja we ho de hu hia me pa evidence nti adanse nti aware jaye de wo jaya ma adanse mbrem be fayen ne metwamfoni no mawo ne bibia nkoye we are adoring, we are wedding, we are funeral, commercials, engagement, graduation, and many more. A better photography and videography studios and American for the amount. You hot papa. And Tibia Sunday be open say we nya picture back be kwata hwe mu a no for studio ha na so betuma friends say mrefi mo a e be home service ni na so at the amount free 0754 8342 670 0754 8342 670 amount American for the amount. Now Palm Island Lounge in American for amount say the papa party e ya ha and na ye papa home away from home just say when you define na so could dia bonten na there be out somewhere who change varieties food near the no dia Palm Island Lounge American for about it's a kebab awacha jollof fufu Ghana nyane bia Ghana nsa bia bibia ye bi e wo harmo a and also ba betumi abo pa enti wonda ko don kwa obusuafo mum frifie na mum mrafie frifie ne brafie because I heard you know nya bonso aduan e fie aduan na ba bedie obedia kakachema obedia ma ho aba wo obedia ma ne oni age ho aba nso a enso kama be bia be kama aduan de udia na wadi ai Mrs. Annabelle Boafo was I'm watching you live I 16 also sa also ko ni mpa zo hu na Miss Annabelle Boafo 16 ma mi we on side da Annabelle Boafo on side da Nyambo achina no minu mie no ye obi kan pa yambo achina besi ya obi kan Mrs. Boafo ye obi kan 16 I want to also watching you live now Adelaide Dufie so Northampton Sweet Adelaide also say you also share you Northampton for nyina Northampton for nyina so mo hwe nyumre pa so Yankopon inshallah pa da Manuel pa Kwesi Boatin what a fantastic presentation from Kojo Amwako also so dia also Eddie Aba no na mudam de ba no entimi nkan mo fa China na and no nema ekoye no okay was it Kojo Amwako is our best bet for the branch secretary Manuel pa Kwesi Boatin again Thomas Oheneba Boache Thomas Kwame Boache the programs papa you also share Nyamisha pa say mo share mi say tama town no chuchu no only Mr. Richard ajare mo kra good job there from you guys mo kire say mo ya adwuma no mu ni house mo ha muta mutuntum ta ajipa Nyamisha mo say ma kan bo mu bibia bo mu ne don na Mama Prince and so back for 1,000 zero the 1,000 or your camera or sound and then you ray or brutal or Prince why there you boy brutal as Mr. Jaren so young point out pass also sound no na tell me every fan so also so to Luton also to Boba Park to Boba Park so tell me every fan to Boba Park so is that Luton for mo here you ray so young point out Adelaide Northampton and you may always also that say also pass through say 1 year be corner emrasom the answer my mouse is be 30 seconds be na chia obi na yan corner emrasom na fancy a
appears me that say the American na say Ghana for in nya rehye mu wo yera John Dramani Mahama memoni I believe say the ototo nyoma no ye dem pa pata na chia obebo adane man no ama man no ayekra behwe enti endu the next 16 years MPP amanyoko nya akwanya mra no na Ghana ayete sa amanone na yenyina ye free amanone asa akofie e de anigye akwa aman no enti de America nyina no mechia NDC for more diaspora na mechia me no MPP for omomọ mpaepa enta yechi na Ghana mfano to mapeleka PSP mechia wankasa nyamisha
medase meto nka che we am afro pa odo seconds here na yenko che obeche bu
medase PSC na kakra America so de Frank kan no ho se say anwumre na mfise nko be ma yenkran hyesem kakra ama Ghana mabrufo no omoso so anya rehye but if after 1 year 3 months nhyehyɛ o ma ya agreements with Dubai any Grenada, any some Caribbean countries nkɔfoɔ free Ghana mo makɔ akɔyɛ adwuma ama ɔmo ntua ɛtoɔ kora ma Ghana for dia na kyerɛ sɛ ratio mu ni hɔ mera ho pa anti NDC de bɛkɔ so abɔ mpaeɛ paa mo na mmom menyɛ sure sɛ anidasoɔ ɛwɔ hɔnom nti ɔsɛ MPP yɛyɛ ready na sɛ de bia ɛba yɛboa ɔman no yɛtoto yɛ nneɛma yie with our policies ne yɛbɛboa wɔn mɛfa akwanya yi so no makyea ɛyɛ MPP foɔ a ɔmohwɛ yɛn wɔ ha ɛne Ghana nyinaa so na mahyɛ wɔn bɔ sɛ ɛyɛ leadership for MPP so deɛ sɛ wohwɛ deɛ yɛde agu kwan mu registration a yɛkɔ so obia ɔmɔmɔden na ɔmkɔ register sanse NDC foɔ no deɛ yɛni deɛ ba akɔsie medase
paa Nyankopɔn hyɛ paa adle so sɛ ɔkyea Luton foɔ chapter 4 nyinaa Chairman Frifa ne Nabonsu nom ne Kobe nom ne women's wing no nyinaa sɛ ɔso ɔkyea ɔmo nyinaa abusafo aha na mmerɛ bɛkɔ ama yɛde dwumadie no asi hot issues on better TV and radio na me adoma da sɛ de bɛsɛ hyia fa Emma, the champion producer, Prince, the 1,000 you may about Jumana, Don Baby will be answered. I feel or any bounce with us, Mr. Jerry, never so phone answer the mass and name contributions are my program, ISS, I'm doing the creepy as a video. Don't do what I wouldn't do. Go on next week, we'll meet.
Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life, discipline in how we manage public resources, discipline in adhering to the law, discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. We cannot speak of Ghana's present without paying homage to our past. 69 years ago, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah proclaimed to the world that at long last, the battle is ended, and that Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. He also added that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Nkrumah did not only grant us independence, he awakened within us a sense of consciousness and a continental purpose. Starting with the UGCC and eventually the CPP, along with the countless unsung heroes and patriots, they sparked a movement that altered the course of African history. Today, we honor the memory of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and